are you an empty nester with some extra space in your house or a young professional looking for a more affordable place to live in Boston? Enter Nesterly, an app designed to connect those two groups.
Rent and location are probably the two most important things. I sent Sarah an email because she lived particularly close, and then we talked on the phone, and we hit it off.
All my friends are very jealous. As you get older, it definitely is, and it has an appeal.
Nesterly was founded in 2017, and it connects older homeowners with young people who are looking for a place to live. And the co-founder and CEO, Noelle Marcus, joins us now. Noelle, thanks so much for coming in to talk about this.
Happy to be here.
Ingenious idea. So you were a student at MIT. How did you originally come up with this idea?
So before I founded Nesterly, I saw three big trends that were happening with my parents and their peers. One is that it's becoming more expensive for people to stay in their homes as they get older. Rising property taxes, increasing home maintenance costs, and also just general rising costs of living. Two is that some household chores are not as easy to do or as enjoyable as they maybe used to be, like changing a light bulb and getting on a ladder or shoveling snow. Or maybe learning a new technology. And then finally, generations are more disconnected than they've ever been. So that's why I started Nesterly, to connect households who have extra space with young people who can help around the house in exchange for lower rent.
And on the other side, housing is just so expensive, especially in Boston. We've heard all the stories about it. Is it unsustainable at this point? I know you studied urban planning at MIT. For people to live alone in Boston as a young professional?
So it's extremely expensive to do that, and that's why there's over 90,000 extra bedrooms in the homes of baby boomers just in Boston proper and Cambridge alone, and that number is growing every day. So how do we help young people access jobs and access opportunities and be able to afford rent? We think that this is a really great win-win solution.
And let's talk about how your prices are set, because you have people who might save a lot by living there, and then older people who might make some rental income. So what are the prices you're looking at?
So the older household or the household can set whatever price they want. Our mission is to create more affordable housing in the city, so we strongly encourage people to put affordable rents on the platform. What we find is they're about 20 to 30% below market rate, which is a really big deal for someone who's struggling.
And for young people who might be looking at paying rent in several thousands of dollars a month, about what's the average that they're paying? So they're paying $700 a month.
Including utilities, internet.
That's way less than the average that you'd see otherwise.
And are they just renting a room, or can you use the house?
So we designed the platform to be really flexible and adaptable. So you might have an ADU, an additional dwelling unit, where someone has their own bathroom and private space, or they could just rent a room in your home, and you get to decide how much you want to share your space. Do they have complete kitchen access, or do they maybe go out to eat more often? So it's really up to the household, whatever they feel most comfortable with.
You mentioned this before, but is part of your motivation to bring generations together? Do you see value in that, or is this just where you saw there made sense financially to connect these two groups?
We're definitely trying to bring generations back together.
And why do you want to do that?
Well, we've really lived this way throughout history. We've always lived with other generations, and it's today in the United States that we're more separated than we've ever been.
See, this is my theory. We were talking about this, that really young people, too, living alone in apartments has only been a phenomenon of the last 50 or 60 years, right?
Yes.
And it doesn't seem really sustainable when it's this expensive. And you need that intergenerational interaction for everybody to be happy.
Exactly. So we're seeing higher rates of social isolation, not just amongst older households that might be living alone, but also amongst younger people.
In the people you interact with on the site, though, is there really a market for this? Do you really find younger people, their friends are all living by themselves in their frat house or whatever it might be, who are interested in living with someone who's older than they are, but not a relative?
So we've seen hundreds of people signing up every month to do this. People are really excited and enthusiastic to live with someone who might be a little bit more mature, a little bit more stable. Maybe they get to have a dog in their home or a garden, and they get amenities that they wouldn't get in a dorm.
What's a great success story that you've seen?
Well, we've had a lot of great success stories. They've pretty much all been incredible. We had a woman named Brenda in Roxbury host a student named Phoebus, and He was from Greece and cooked her Greek meals, and she toured him around her neighborhood, and she made an extra $650 a month for 8 months hosting him. And that income really made a big difference.
And a lot of great Greek meals.
And a lot of great meals.
Home-cooked meals, cheaper housing, it all makes sense. Noelle Marcus, co-founder of Nesterly, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Great idea. Thanks so much.